My name is Victoria Odekomaya, and I am a brand photographer and strategist based in Indiana. And I'm originally from Nigeria. I moved to the United States in 2001 as a student, and I have been here ever since. Up until last year, I was a scientist and I did drug development, which I really enjoyed. And I I ran my business as a side hustle. And then as of November of 2023, I became a full-time photographer and business owner. I started my photography journey actually from filmmaking. When I graduated from college, I went back to get some classes in filmmaking and digital film production, and I just enjoyed it so much. I had all the gear, everything. And when I moved to Indiana, I used to live in DC, I started raising my family. So I had my first child and I thought it was the cutest, which he is the cutest kid. And I just wanted to take pictures and pictures of him. And I started taking a lot of pictures of him. I actually thought it was going to be a Garba baby. So we started taking a lot of photos. And so from taking pictures of him, I graduated into fashion photography because I really love advertising. I love the stories that you could tell from sharing about your brand, about marketing. And so that really fascinated me. And then I gradually started doing more portrait work because people would ask me to, take pictures of them. So I would do more portraiture of family, kids, and things like that until I started taking more photos of women. And in 2021, I started this photography campaign called the BOSS LADIES campaign, photographing women and just wanting to give them a wonderful, beautiful time because as women, we tend to wear a lot of hats. We tend to want to do it all. And sometimes we are at the bottom of the pile, like a bottom of the list rather, and we don't do so much for ourselves. So I wanted to give women just this amazing experience to just celebrate and pamper them. So I designed this photo shoot that includes professional hair, makeup, wardrobe styling. I would serve wine and chocolate covered strawberries and play beautiful music, their favorite music. And the reason where I got that idea from was partly from when you do fashion photography, there's a lot of models on the sets. There's typically hair and makeup on the sets. There is, styling and all the other pieces of it. And I did all of that when I did my fashion photography shoots when I work with models. So I was like, well, why not everyday women? I wanted to give them that experience. So it really is a celebrity photo shoot experience. So I really enjoy how the women light up when they have enjoyed this experience and also how confident it helps them feel, before we even start the photo shoot. So as I began to do more and more of that, and with my passion for advertising and marketing, I wanted to, focus more on the brand marketing part of it. So I truly enjoy giving female entrepreneurs and professionals with a side hustle that used to be me, a wonderful celebrity photo shoot experience where they can come on into the studio and just feel loved on. I have a team of hair and makeup artists, my wardrobe stylist, and we're just loving on them, just giving them a wonderful experience while also creating beautiful imageries for their brand. The BOSS LADIES campaign, so basically it was just giving ladies that experience, that luxurious photo shoot experience that I explained, and just also featuring them in a magazine because I began to hear a lot of stories. So typically as we are doing the hair and the makeup and the getting ready for the shoots, we would have small talks and I would hear the stories of these women, these amazing women, such inspiring stories. And I thought to myself, well, I shouldn't be the only one hearing the stories, and not all, not my hair makeup artist shouldn't be the only ones hearing the stories. We wanted to share with the world really, and just to inspire other small business owners really. So I thought about, well, how can we capture this? First I would do videos, but I also wanted it to, have a print format. Plus, we get to showcase their photos and tell a little bit more about, their stories. And who doesn't want to be in a magazine? Like, it's such a wonderful experience. So I packaged all of that and then created what we now have as the Boss Ladies magazine. And then beyond that, I began to realize that most of the women don't even know each other, so I have the shoots throughout the year. And so I was like, well, I would love to get everybody together in a room and just celebrate our accomplishments, no matter how small or big it is. So that way we can inspire and motivate each other. We, came up with a concept of the Boss Ladies Gala. And so the idea again was to just get women together and just celebrate, right? But as women, I know that we are also very generous, right? We are about giving and giving. And particularly for me, growing up in Nigeria, seeing so much lack and poverty, I grew up in a home where my mom, she's always pressed into us to always do the best that we can give, giving is such a big part of growing up for me. So, even here in the United States, I'm always looking for opportunities to give. And as women, we're so generous, so we're always giving, our time, our energy, and, money and all of that. So I just looked around and we kind of talked about, with a few friends of mine, who can we support? And so we wanted to support a local nonprofit organization. And so the first year that we did this, in 2022, we supported Dove Recovery House for Women. So they are an organization that supports women that have gone through abuse. So, the different varieties of abuse, sex, alcohol, and all of the different types of abuse, and just helping them get back on their feet, giving them the courage and giving them the resources to get back on their feet and back into the society, and giving them a second chance. So we thought that was a really great, thing to do. Again, as women, it was such important to be able to invest in that organization. So that with the first gala, we raised $10,000 with the support of everyone there. Actually, at that gala, we thought we were gonna have maybe 100 women, and with their friends and things like that. Photographed about 35 women throughout that year, and we had about 200 people show up, and so that was very inspiring. We had a ton of people donate items. It was just so overwhelming, so just heartwarming to see the turnout where people came out to help celebrate. We had a wonderful time, and we raised awareness and funds to support Dove Recovery House for Women. And so with 2024, we're doing it again. And, I photographed so many women, and I just also want to bring them back together to celebrate. And so this year we're supporting Pink Ribbon Connection. So they are an organization locally here in Indiana that supports anyone touched by breast cancer. And so they provide valuable resources like the bras, the wigs, and all the resources that they need, education, support, food, to help them go through that trying time as they recover, as they go through chemo and everything else. So our goal again is to raise $10,000 to support Pink Ribbon Connection. I feel confident that we can do it again because we've done it before, and people are just so generous. That's what I have found about, everyone that I have met here in Indiana, or really in the United States, and especially as women, we are so, we're so giving. And so we're just so excited to be able to bring awareness as well as, the funds they need to be able to support women, or even anyone really going through breast cancer. Again, I think that was an easier choice really, because a lot of people know someone that has breast cancer or some form of cancer really. I turned 40 in 2003, and that also meant that I have to have my yearly mammogram. And I had my first mammogram in December, and they had me call come back. So they had to schedule me to come back because they thought they saw some things. And after 3 weeks of scheduling and rescheduling, I finally went to get my second mammogram. And thankfully, I do not have breast cancer, but the whole 3 weeks was one of the longest 3 weeks of my life. And as you can imagine, the waiting period was very difficult, but how much more someone that actually have, the breast cancer and is going through chemo and losing their hair and, being helpless, as a mom and not able to provide for their family because, just having little kids sometimes for me, having little kids and, thinking about dinner and things like that, just imagine not being able to do all that. That's a very difficult thing. So I think that Pink Ribbon Connection was an easy choice because we see firsthand the impact of breast cancer in our society. And really, 1 in 8 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. So again, like I said, most people know someone or someone that knows someone that has breast cancer. So this year, we've had so many successes. We've had newspaper articles written about this gala. We have had multiple newspapers, contacted us to write about the gala. We are also going to be featured on local TV here, Wish TV 8, to talk about Pink Ribbon as well as the gala. And so we're really excited. People are seeing things. They are reaching out to donate a lot of different items. So that was very, very helpful, very encouraging. We know that with the silent auction, we can raise a lot more money. But beyond that, ticket sales are strong, encouraging people to come and bring your friends and just come hear the stories of how Pink Ribbon Connection is touching the lives of people here locally. And so for me, I'm just excited to share the evening with people, to just share the stories of Pink Ribbon and the women that they're touching, the men that they're touching, just, share that with everyone. Over the last year, I actually did quite a few photo shoots for Pink Ribbon Connection, where they have this huge gala at the end of in October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so I typically do not do event photography, but I wanted to be able to support Pink Ribbon Connection in a different way, right? And so I offered to cover that event, and it was such an amazing experience. Like, you could feel the energy in the room. It was amazing. But even before that, I took photos of all their models that walked the runway for the fashion show. So that was very, very exciting for me to be able to contribute, but to also be able to see these women light up, not only during the headshots in preparation for this big fashion show, but also to see them walk the runway and just light up too. So that was very, very, very impactful. The Boss Ladies Gala this year is on March 15, 2024, and it's going to be at the 502 Events Center in Carmel, Indiana. Our goal is to raise $10,000 to support Pink Ribbon Connection, and we're expecting 300 guests to fill the room. So we're super excited. There's a lot of amazing things that we've planned for the evening. I'm really excited. Everyone will get to be on their own unofficial magazine cover. So that's something to be excited about. We are also launching the second volume of the Boss Ladies magazine, and everyone at the event is going to take home a copy of that. Beyond that, we are also going to be distributing this magazine, in multiple different places here locally in Indiana, so people can read the stories of these amazing women, learn more about Pink Ribbon Connection, and just, be a part of something larger and bigger. The next big thing for LiMStudios, I think that for me as a brand photographer, I really want to be able to show people, not just tell them how to build their brand. And so for me, even this video is me demonstrating building my brand. So since I became a full-time photographer in November of 2023, I've been thinking even before that about building my personal brand. And so now that I do this full time, I have more time to build and invest my personal brand. So I want to be able to not just tell people how to, but I also want to show them how to build their personal brand. So whether that is just you watching how I'm building my personal brand, or being a part of my workshops or my seminars or my coaching program, or, or even taking photography, having me take your photography, or my strategy sessions, I want to be able to help people, women in particular, to grow their brand. And I think that I'm the guinea pig. So like I said, I'm a scientist. I used to, for about 17 years, I did drug research. So my mind works as a scientist. So I am the experiment. I'm growing my brand like right in front of everyone. So I want it to be something that people can see the transformation, the transformation of my brand, and hopefully they can pick something from there, or when they're ready, come on, so that we can work together to build their brand. Budding entrepreneurs, people that new, anywhere between the 0 to 5 year mark. I love working with new business owners. I feel like once when you finally decide to start your business and you maybe register the business and, you're beginning to make a little bit of sale here and there, to start off with, that takes a lot of guts, right? So sometimes we need people to push us to do that, or like maybe we're confident enough to do that on our own. But I think that once you cross that mark, you begin to realize there's a lot to running a business, right? You begin to think, okay, I need to start expanding, getting more clients. And I think at that point, you get into a different phase, right? You begin to think differently about this business. Now that this business is started, we need to start getting more clients. And that's the sweet spot for me. People that are ready and they recognize that they are ready for that new or the next step, to begin to scale, to begin to do, attract their right fit clients, right? Think about where to spend their marketing dollars, because it's important. Like, not every one of us has gone through business school. And even if you've gone through business school, I didn't. So I don't know what is taught over there. Oh, actually, I went to business school. I have an MBA. But that's even really, there's very different parts of the MBA program, so depending on the program that you signed up for, you went in for, you might not even get a full scope of what it means to run a business, and a lot of people don't even have a business degree. So I think that because of that, we don't know a lot of things that go into running a business or starting a business, or, really setting it up so that it can be profitable. So I want to help, people that are ready, that are already thinking about that they know they need this, to help them with their brand marketing, how to effectively and efficiently reach their ideal target market without wasting all their marketing dollars before they know that, oh my God, I shouldn't have spent money on that. So it is my desire to help that group of people. I am also very excited to announce that in a few months, we're going to be opening a brand new studio. It's going to be a content creation studio. I want to be able to create content, different types of content, podcasts, photography, reels, all the different types of content to help with brand marketing. I think that brand marketing is so important. It has helped me personally in my brand to expand my brand, because it's not just the direct marketing where you're trying to sell to people. I think that gets old. It's important that you establish your brand, because when you have a brand, a solid brand, it actually builds the business itself. When people know, like, and trust you, when they're talking about you to other people, referring you because they had such a wonderful experience with you, it just, blows open the whole thing, like your business is, I feel like that's when your business starts thriving. People are coming to you instead of you trying to sell them what they don't want. So I really enjoy the aspect of brand marketing so much. And so I'm really excited about the studio, because it gives us the opportunity to be able to create different types of content, help you, to touch and connect with your clients authentically with so many different media formats, and we can also take advantage of social media as well. So recently here, like I said, I am now a full-time photographer and videographer. So that helps a lot. When I had a corporate job, it was very tough. I have 2 young children. I have an 11-year-old and a 9-year-old, and my husband, and family of 4. So it can be a lot. I don't know that I have it all together. I would say that I'm very goal-oriented. I'm very result-oriented. And so I'm always looking at what are the results, what can I do to achieve results? So I give myself benchmarks. I also do have a team. I don't do this alone. I have a hair and makeup artist. I have stylists. I have an editor on my staff. I have a video editor as well as a retoucher. I have 2 admin assistants that helps me. So it takes a village. So I don't do this all by myself, but I do have a vision of what I want to create. And I think that's important, that you have a vision, you know what you want to get to, you know what your results are. I typically write it down at the beginning of the year. I know what I'm going for. Like I said, I'm very result oriented, very goal driven. So I think that really helps. Yes. I love watching old movies. I love watching movies that I've seen before. So not necessarily old movies, but movies or TV shows that I've seen before. I'm sucker for Downton Abbey. I would watch that over and over again. I think for me, it's because I don't have to think too much about trying to understand what's going on in the movie or the show. I already know the plot. I already know the storyline. So I just enjoy it. I'm the kind of person that when I'm watching something new, I'm Googling, I'm researching. Okay, so why did they say that? What does that even mean? So I'm the one that I read the synopsis before I watch a movie because I want to understand it. And then I get caught up in all the different camera angles, the moves, and and the storytelling and things like that too. So what I like to do for fun, so that I don't get caught up in all of that and I can actually enjoy the movie, is watch a movie or a show that I have seen before so I can just enjoy it. And I also love food. I love trying out new food. I love eating, especially street food. One of my favorite YouTubers, Mark Waynes, travel around the world to eat. So I enjoy watching him eat. There's only so much that I can eat just because of my health. I'm trying to, do better with what I put in my mouth. So a lot of times I would have my plate of salad or whatever it is and sit in front of the TV watching him eat everything else that he's able to eat, traveling around the world. So I love that. Maybe one of these days when I travel to the Asian countries, which is one of my things and on my bucket list, I would be able to try some of the street food, especially the street food. You can find me at victoriaodekomaya.com. That's where you find a lot of all the really good information that helps you get to our podcast, to all of my social media, and also to stay connected. There's so many exciting things coming. I am so excited about the new studio, the content creation, to be able to create more for small business owners and create opportunities for other photographers and videographers. I'm excited about my strategy program coming up. I want to be able to help new business owners start right, so they're not spending money or wasting money doing things that are not going to work. So I want to help them, give them a roadmap on how to build a solid brand, so they can be known, they can be seen, they can be heard as a person of authority in their own specific field, and most importantly, attract their right fit clients effortlessly. So for me, that's super important. So those are the things that we're working on and I'm excited about. I just had my photo shoot today. I did. So occasionally, not occasionally, at least once a year, I try to have a photo shoot because I also need marketing material. Like I said, I'm also building a brand. I am a brand myself. So I recognize the importance of doing all the right things. So today I had my own photo shoots. I had the hair makeup. I had the wardrobe styling. I had the chocolate covered strawberries and the wine and the favorite, my favorite music playing. It was such a wonderful time. I do feel relaxed. I feel pampered. My kids actually came in to help a little bit. So they do help out sometimes. And so that was really nice. And so again, like I said, I would love to be able to demonstrate to people how to build their own personal brand. So not just talking about it, but showing them, having them see that transformation, so that way they can pick something up and do something. Really think about who your target audience are. Think about what they want. Think about how you can solve their particular problem. Marketing is not about making sales. It's really about serving and about helping your target audience solve a particular problem. And so when we think about the joy of starting our business and why we started that business, I want to encourage you not to lose that joy, that passion of wanting to solve a particular problem because we're trying to make money. Yes, that makes sense that we ought to make money, in exchange for the value that we're giving. But I think that it's important that we don't lose sight of that passion and the reason why we started our business, and not let marketing and selling take the place of serving. So it's really critical that you approach your target audience, you get to know them. Remember the reason why you're doing this in the first place. Remember the solution that you're trying to offer them. People would pay you to solve their problem. So that's already going to be a guarantee. So it is your job to articulate the solution that you're offering, your unique solution that you're offering to their problems, right? And that also means you know what their problems are. You're in tune with the problems that they have. As we evolve, problems differ, right? So if you have that target audience, and so make sure that you're in tune with what their problems are, ask them, talk to them, figure out what it is, what their pain point is, and offer them your unique solution using specific messaging that resonates with them. When we are able to articulate clearly how our unique solution is able to solve their problems, people will pay for it. So my advice for every small business owner, again, is just remembering why you started your business. Remember the solution you're trying to offer and lead with that. Figure out who your target audience are. Remember what their pain points are. Have clear words, messaging to describe your unique solution. Know what your target audience are, and then use, everything that you've got, your own unique personality to solve their problem. And don't forget, customer service is also very important too. So it's not just getting the client, it's also the process that you take them through, So getting the client is just the first step, right? But as you offer that solution, how are you offering that solution to them? It's really important that we keep that in mind, because people, when they have a wonderful experience with us, that's part of building your brand. And they will share that experience all over and over again. Yes, give them bragging rights. It's so important that they have bragging rights. And what I mean by bragging rights is that they feel so joyous, they feel so happy because you've provided them so much value, solved their problems, that they want to brag about that, about their problems being solved to their friends. And in so doing, they're also promoting you. So that's when you know your brand is taking off. Yeah.